Hi everyone, it's Raquel here, 40 Day Family Legacy. I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you lasted this long. Today's day 31 of our Celebrate America 250 years. And I just love this. I'm learning so much. And today's scripture is 2 Samuel chapter 10 verse 12. Be of good courage and let us be strong for our people and for the cities of our God. Again, that's 2 Samuel 10:12. And this was used by a pastor on August 17th, 1775. I forgot his first name. Samuel Davies was the pastor that used this. But we're going to back up and tell the story a little bit as to what this was about. So George Washington was younger in the army. This was before he became a general, and he had been really sick, and he had been sick enough to where he had to travel on the wagon in the wagon bed, and he was not quite fully recovered, and he was shot at several times, and he had 4 bullets in his coat, but none of them went through and harmed him. And he said himself in a letter that he wrote to his mom, quote, I luckily escaped without a wound, though I had 4 bullets through my coat and 2 horses shot under me. I was not half recovered from a violent illness that had confined me to my bed and a wagon for above 10 days, end quote. And then there were also other people that a Native American said that he had shot at him several times, and he believed that, God's hand was on him because he was a good shot. And then there was another one that he was literally told not to pull the trigger at all. So God had his hand on George Washington even before he became President George Washington, while he was still young and in the army. And then Pastor Davies, this is a quote from him during his speech or his sermon called Religion and Patriotism. I just love that title. Quote, as a remarkable instance of this, I may point out to the public that heroic youth, Colonel Washington, whom I cannot but hope Providence has hitherto preserved in so signal of a manner for some importance to service of his country, end quote. And I don't know, that sounds, the words and the way they used the English language back then was so much different than what we hear today. That's another part that just really intrigues me when I study and I read these things from back then. Their writing was so, I don't know if the right word is poetic, but they just use such beautiful words, and it seems so much more formal. And even when some of the quotes that young children have written, they're much different than what a younger child how they would write it in the way where we live now and in this time. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, I can't even think of the word I want to use, but anyway, it just fascinates me to study this and to see how scripture was used in the foundation of our country. And I hope that you're enjoying this, and I hope that you're taking these little primers and expanding on them, and I hope they give you enough, information, but not too much information to be a catalyst to go look up things and find out some things for yourself, what our country, how it was founded, and what kind of people they really were. With that, I want to bid you good night or good day whenever you're listening, and happy family building.